Shiblee Mehdi from Jagsara IT. Okay? And big man. He's the QA manager there. And he's the QA manager. Thank you. I needed that. I'm getting tired. Getting heavy. It's okay. Don't push it. Because I got the drummer over here. So he's a QA manager at Jagsara IT, and he's going to talk about improving status of tester QA engineer in a team. And I hope you're treated well. You are, right? Yeah. Struggle and hardships. So he has declared independence on himself working. And the great thing is he doesn't have a slide, and we don't have to waste time, getting that up. But he has notes. I'm scared of notes. Okay. All right.
Assalamu alaikum. My topic is that throughout my job experience, what I have noticed that in a team, programmer is there, testers are there, and I noticed that your local management, foreign management, even client and the programmers, local management, foreign management clients, they often think that the programmers are the key person in this team, not the testers. Okay, not the QA persons. Programmers are the key persons. And the managers, this thought also impacts on the programmers and testers' salary, bonus, increment, and all other things. Okay, they often forget that testers are also doing a very good job. Okay, they hire testers, they have testers, but they don't feel their importance that much. I'm talking especially about the management. Okay, so I had a lot of issues to discuss about why they think about this way. I'm not going to discuss about those, but I want to give you some solutions so that testers can increase their status, increase their respect level in the team. Okay, one thing I have found throughout my job experience, and it is effective, that the testers, oh by the way, this very same thinking is not only in Bangladesh but also throughout the world. I have talked with Mehdi Hanna, who is CEO of IIST, and he also said the very same thing. He's experienced about 30 to 40 years, and he's in QA department. He also said same thing, the Shiblee, this is very same in United States. So this is not different over there and here. So this is really unfortunate. So the thing is how we can solve it. The solution can be the testers should achieve some qualities, like I have invented a new English word, Thiliant, T-H-I-L-I-E-N-T, Thiliant. The full form is think like client. Testers, or the QA persons, they should achieve the quality so that they can think like client. If they can think like client, what I am doing right now with my team, they can propose more new functions, more new module subsystems to the client, that your functions you are asking us to develop in this way, but if you do it in this way, this is going to be more beneficial to you. And if the client accepts that, and if the client agrees that yes, please do that for me, and then you can say that will charge more 20 hours, this will charge more 30 hours, and you have to pay that much, and believe me, your management will become happy on you. Your management will become happy on you because you are buying some hours, you are earning something extra that the management never thought of. Management thought the client gave the requirement, the programmers will develop, testers will test, and I will get this much $. Okay, and this is working, and I am also doing that. Yeah, this is working. Okay, and when I send my US management all the new requirements, the mail subject is Thiliant, and they also know Thiliant means think like client. So Shiblee has sent something new, which he thinks he thought like client, and these are the new things. Another thing, you already have talked other speakers, that the testers need to be development-centric tester. Okay, the traditional testing should come out from that scope. Development-centric also. Already we have seen the code review and some other tools. We can see nowadays the testers are learning. Okay. My next issue, the thing is, okay, Americans mainly, I work for US-based software, so I don't know about the other region and culture. I have noticed that, yes, they are using cutting-edge technologies, but we are developing for them. Okay, we are developing for them and they're using. And I have always noticed that my client, the end users, they're much more foolish. Okay, they sometimes don't understand how it should happen. And sometimes they ask us so silly questions and we answer those. And based on that experience, what I think, I mean, they don't have that much. They want they want more usability issues in the softwares, and they can't express, I want this, but if you can show you need this, then they say, yes, I need that. I thought of that. But he never could express his requirement. So the testers should, if the testers can achieve this quality, the respect level of you will be increased in your team. Because in my 10 years of experience, I have seen programmers often cannot come up with all these new ideas. Okay, they know a lot more programming. They know various things. If you say, can you do this? Things, yes, I can do that. But they cannot say the new requirements and new. I'm not saying they cannot say, they often cannot come up with all these ideas. And a tester, if in your team you are thinking that your prestige is not that much like a programmer, right? Start learning new things, new tools, and write your own blog. Okay, share that in your team. Okay, let your team know that you have learned this new tool. Let your team know that you know this technology. And then the programmers, managements, and share your link through Facebook, so Twitter, or any other kind of things. And they will come to know, Shiblee has learned this new thing. Okay? And in dining table or anywhere, discuss about the technologies. Believe me, there are really in the many companies where testers' position is not that much high. So you need to do this. Okay? Thank you. And share your knowledge, all these things, and also try to achieve another thing is, if you are reporting your bugs in much more traditional way, do not do that. You also should add something like this, that I did that, this happened, and because you have written the code in this way. If you can add this extra line, believe me, your prestige will be increased. Thank you very much.
Alright, we have only one speaker, but before that, he's going to set up the Mac. We've got like 5 minutes to set that up, alright? If you can't set it up, there's no presentation, right? We don't have any other speakers. No more contingency. Okay, it's interesting. One thing is that I was wondering that, to me, it's like if a company does not have programmers, you can't really have a product, alright? So it sounds kind of like logical why programmers are given a lot of attention, but I totally understand the reasons that you're putting forward. One thing I always try to portray about testers is that, look, programmers are special because of one main thing, is that they do the coding and they are wizards at coding. So not all programmers are treated special. People who are wizards, who actually does it really well, are treated special. Why can't testers be that? Why can't testers be respected by being the wizards of testing? And at Therop, I actually force people, or actually train people, or actually try to motivate people to do that mainly. But I saw very little in your talk about doing that, and that's okay because you've got all these other things to gain respect.
I talked that little because I said development-centric tester because already code review and other speakers talked about those kind of things, so I didn't cover.
Even then, those were development-centric. Those were like when they were giving the talk. If I didn't tell you there were testers, you wouldn't know. Because they were so much into the code review stuff and those kind of things. So what I'm saying is testing as like people finding out important issues before clients get it out. Before clients do. Having a major release that like 50 to 60,000 people are going to start working on that application, and still there will be like minimal problem. I'm not saying that there's going to be no problem, but minimal problems. and management finding that worth, that if you don't have those people actually simulating those things and figuring out how users will use the application, not the technical part, that can also be respected. But because I've seen it again and again, I've seen that people respect these things. What do you think about that?
Yeah, frankly speaking, I didn't think in the way you have thought of. So right now on the fly here, I'm not capable to answer the things.
This was not your thing. I just wanted to bring a different point of view into the discussion, question and answers, because that was a great presentation. You overshot your time limit because I was so into it. I sometimes forget to look into this. That happens. He waits for my cues. I got this remote control.
You said that testers should suggest the client to increase their product. But my question is, the scope of tester is only testing. How can he communicate with the client? And I think the role of the communication is the project manager or project coordinator.
I think I got it. So that if you can remember when I was talking to the phone, and I said also this very same thing. I mean, that is another problem. That is why management thinks testers are not a key person, because testers are not communicating to client. Testers are not communicating to US managements. Okay, they are always behind the camera. That's why we don't know the names of the lights man, the makeup man, all these things, but we only know the actor and actresses. Okay, they're always behind the camera. So I talked about Sajada about this. I mean, testers, there should be one person from the testing team who should have the access to talk to client. Okay, so client will also visualize, I have a representative there. There is a person who can think like me, who talks on favor of me. Okay. That's the thing. This is another point. Actually, I had only 5 minutes. I didn't talk about all these things. But maybe, inshallah, throughout the email conversation, we can talk more detail in the group. This is another point I want to say, that there should be one person from testing team as well to communicate with foreign management, to client, all these things.
Shiblee, I have just a simple question for you, actually. As you know that always the testing time squeezed day by day. The release time, during the time pressure, we always get very less time to testing. So the suggestion that you just made from the tester perspective, how do you think is so much realistic? Because if I need to think like client, so the new features or enhancements that you are going to suggest might be the tester scope has already been pressurized or very squeezed due to that time pressure of work actually. So have you faced these type of problems in your daily activities, and how you have overcome this?
Yes, this is a really very challenging work, I'm telling you. And maybe a new tester, fresh tester cannot do this. Experience is needed there. This is really challenging job. And often I have seen my testers suggest something, after delivery of the product, and then it is not accepted. Okay, so you will have to come up with client issues. Believe me, you will have to come up with client issues maybe within 3 days, 2 days. Okay, maybe within 2 days.
I just had a question. The topic that you're talking about, the concept plan. Do you think it's supposed to be done before when the requirement is gathered or finalized? Because we have a project plan scheduled, and after certain phase we are going into the testing phase. So if we come up with the new ideas and new scopes, it basically adds development cost, basically gives an impact in my project plan. So how do you basically fix the plan?
Yeah, I think I have understood it. So far I have seen, this is not the usual case that you got a project, you developed it, and you delivered it. I have seen that there are always second phase, there are always maintenance phases there. So far I have seen, this is not with all the projects. So if there is any scope that there is a second phase of the project, if there is a scope, you have a maintenance phase of the project, you can do it easily. And there should be no problem at all. And that's the thing, it is really very challenging job. I have read a book, the title of the book is Don't Make Me Think. Okay? This very good book, every tester should read it. Every tester should read it. Don't Make Me Think. Yes.
Based on the kind of projects are agile team, if they are in agile team, they are very much appreciable. Actually, they can come up with any suggestion. Even we practice this thing in our team. Actually, the QA guy are, I mean, they are well treated and they are actually very expert than, I mean, me as well.
Yeah, right.
and this kind of metamorphosis, even it happened in the States where the QA guy was in the back, you know, he was underappreciated, you know, and until software, you know, started booming and people started, you know, Bill Gates in his presentation started getting blue screens of death, and so the focus kind of changed, and many times, really guys, and this is very important to understand, because a lot of you guys work for either European clients or for us Middle Eastern clients or US clients. There are times where a client asks me, I want to talk to the people that are executing the test so I can make sure that they're competent, you know, to think like me, to understand, you know, exactly what we're trying to deliver. And so there are times where you actually need that person, I mean, many times where you need that person on this side of the water to be very confident, very competent, and, you know, and explaining and making him understand and convincing the client that yes, you know, we have competent QA staff. This is our methodology. This is how we think, so on and so on.
Right. And one thing I want to end up with another thing. Just as you see, we deliver a project, and the client also thinks, yeah, this is the source code, this is the database, this is all the things, XML, all these kind of things, and programmer has done it. And unfortunately, we testers never deliver our bugs. Okay, we don't packet our bugs. 1,000 bugs was found during this project lifecycle, and client, please take all these bugs. This is one problem. Testers ultimately deliver nothing if you, think individually. Okay, testers deliver nothing. So if you can deliver this kind of things, you will have to show your talent. That's it. The thing, as the situation is like that, so to recover that, you will have to show your talent. And to show your talent, learn new things, new tools, new skills. Thank you very much.
I think there's one more. I just want to make a statement, and you can. My point when I actually talk about these things is that testers deliver nothing, and that's a good thing. I don't want to deliver bugs. There's no more bugs. Actually, there's never no more bugs. But it's like when we do testing, when I do testing and those kind of, I actually put it up as a challenge. You know, you give me a deadline, and we're going to figure out how to do this testing within that deadline. We innovate our testing, strategize, and figure out what not to test and what to test, depending on customer. How customers think and all that. That's a very good usability book, actually. Don't make me think. So these are some skills that I feel testers need to learn as well. Just last comments before we.
Yes, I really liked your client word. That's very creative and very interesting. Actually, if it is at some sort of comfort or something, the companies that I used to consult, just a few days, testers usually become very important in a very critical phase of the project. I saw the all management attention was focusing on the 2 or 3 testers over there. The 3 ladies become the most important person in the company, even more important than all the developers and project managers. But one point, in any, especially even the project managers, there is a parallel hierarchy usually in companies, what they call a QA manager or user agent actually. He doesn't report to the project manager. He reports directly to the top management and to the client. So, the project manager's quality also has to be verified, right? So for that reason, there need to be a parallel path. And the client term is really important because a tester or a QA guy is mostly the user agent. Right. So he must be the user representative. This kind of a reverse kind of thing, they should be more important actually. But somehow the situation is not yet there.
Right, and gradually it will be.
Sure.
Gradually it will be.
No, it's not. No, it's not. When you say QA, this is what I am against when people say that they're QA. A lot of people think that it enhances their prestige. I'm just saying that you're digging your own grave, because you are not actually assuring quality alone. The whole team is. So whatever. I just don't want to get into debate about because you said terminology, and you don't want to get into a debate with terminology about this.
That part I'm confirming that what I have delivered, that's
And everyone is basically a software engineer.
Okay, the thing is, everyone is a developer. I think Zaman Bhai once said in Shiblee Mehdi Lightning Talks to everyone is a developer. We all develop the product, right? And the final product, we're all proud of it. Thank you, Shiblee Bhai.